So, what's your name and where are you from?
Hello, I'm Matt. I'm from the US, specifically New Jersey.
Cool, okay. And I'd like to know today about your time in Japan. Is this your first time? And how long are you here and why did you choose Japan?
This is my first time. I've been here 3 days. I'm traveling with a friend. We just graduated school. So this is the first, thank you. This is the first leg of our graduation trip. And we have 2 more days here before we continue on to some other countries in Southeast Asia.
I see. Why did you choose Japan specifically?
I think Japan and Tokyo in particular were so attractive. Number one, because of the food. We've been doing a lot of eating. We did a ramen tour, which was incredible. So much sushi, Wagyu, obviously, that's been incredible. And I think also just, it's totally different. It is a totally different experience than New York or something else in America. And so it's been really fun for us to explore the city, which is so big, and there's so many different parts. And it's clear walking around here, this is like Times Square. But it's also totally different. The people are different, the layout is different, the architecture is different, everything's similar but different. So that's been really fun for us to explore the ways in which it's like the US but also not.
Do you feel like there's quite a lot of Western stuff here? And if so, like how is it like a Japan version of Western, you know?
Yeah, I think yes and no. Like one example might be the suits and the salarymen, or last night, for example, we went to a baseball game, and so that's, you know, Western from the US, but also the way that they experience baseball is totally different. We thought it was a lot like a soccer game. They have the vuvuzelas and the drums going, and they chant for their team, and that's not something that we necessarily do in America, but you know, the sport itself and the enjoyment and the concessions and getting drunk for the game, that's all very Western. So yeah, that's just one example, but I think there's a lot of stuff like that where it's sort of a merging of the 2 cultures.
Yeah. Wow, that's a really good point.
Thank you.
Yeah. You mentioned that there's many things that are kind of different, like the people.
Yeah.
How do you find that the people here are different? Like the behavior or anything you've seen?
Yeah, I mean, I don't speak Japanese, so I haven't been able to interact with that many Japanese people directly. But I think I expected them to be maybe colder than a lot of Americans. I think that's like the stereotype. But the people I've interacted with so far, we went to the fish market yesterday and we were taken around by a man named Taro-san. And he was just the sweetest, nicest man ever. Answered all of our questions, introduced us to the people he knew at the fish market. We also had a ramen tour guide named Hiroshi, who was also just a brilliant man, so in love with ramen, and really showed us the parts of his city that he really enjoyed. So everyone's been super welcoming and friendly, and I've really appreciated that in getting to know the city.
You said that you don't speak Japanese.
I do not.
But has it been okay traveling around Tokyo without any Japanese?
Shockingly, yes. It seems like we're able to communicate in broken English with most people. We've had our hotel call to make some reservations for us, and failing any sort of hand signals and communication with Google Translate. So that covers all the gaps, I think.
Yeah. Lovely. Okay. Well, do you have any other things that pop to mind that you want to mention?
I don't know. We've been saying nonstop that this was the first leg when it was only supposed to be the first leg of our trip, but we kind of wish that it was the whole thing, because there's so much to see and we're only going to scratch the surface. But it's an incredible city, incredible people, incredible culture, and really enjoyed myself.
Good. You'll have to come back.
I think we will.
All right. Well, have a wonderful trip.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks very much. Lovely. So what's your name and where are you from?
My name's Anderson Magana. I'm from Canada.
Lovely, okay.
Montreal.
And what brings you to Japan?
At first, I watch a lot of anime. And when I saw the landscape and then everything, that interested me too, to come to Japan, and you know, the food and the people. It's kind of cool. So.
Yes, okay. How long have you been here and how long are you staying?
I've been here for like a week and a half, and I'm staying for 2 weeks.
Nice. Okay. What is in your itinerary? What are the things that you really want to do whilst you're here? Maybe you've already done them, but yeah.
Yeah, we did the shrine in Kyoto. That was very cool. The marching at 1,000 shrines. We did one of my two main things that I want to see is the stores and the anime stuff and everything. And they have a lot of shops where you can find a lot of sick shirts and everything. So like fashion.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's one of the things I come to.
Okay. What do you think about Japanese fashion, like on the streets and stuff? Is it very different to Canada?
They're very open. I mean, if people from Japan come like in Montreal in their fashion, I mean, they're gonna get a lot of eyes. Like they're gonna watch them like, oh, what are you doing and something like that. Because when I see people like wearing stuff that I never saw, they're pretty open to anything. Like they're not shy. They're gonna be open to wear whatever they want. And in Canada, everybody's judgmental, so yeah, so it's difficult, I'd say.
Yeah. That's really interesting because I think a lot of people have the idea that Japanese are really shy.
Yeah.
When it comes to examples of types of dress or whatever, something you've seen which kind of made you think, oh wow, you'd never see that in Canada. Do you have any examples?
I saw a girl yesterday. She had like pieces of jeans, but she only had them to her knees.
Okay.
And then she had like a little shorts the upward.
Okay.
And like for me it was different. I never saw that. And military clothes. I saw people wearing like very big boots and like shirts. They look like characters from anime or games. And I'm like, damn. I mean, they're pretty open to wear whatever they want. So I don't mind.
Yeah. In terms of food, what's the best thing that you've eaten so far?
I've eaten takoyaki. Takoyaki is very good. Kobe beef. Never tried it before, but it's very good. Very tasty. And it melts in your mouth. That's crazy. And I mean sushi. That's pretty basic, but here it's good too. And soup. I mean ramen and everything. So it's very good.
Good.
Yeah.
Wow, you sound like you've had a very good time so far. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time and your answers. Yeah, and have a lovely rest of your trip.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, guys. So, where are you from, and why are you in Japan?
I'm from like New Jersey, New York area.
I'm originally from Texas.
Okay.
And just in Japan for remote work.
And I'm just here for like a post-graduation trip.
Oh,
so,
lovely.
Yeah.
Cool. How long are you here, actually?
He's here for much longer. I am here until the 2nd. But itinerary-wise, today we're in Shibuya, and then we're going to Harajuku to do some shopping, and then hanging around Shinjuku for a bit.
Lovely. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here for about a month. Goal is just eat a new food every day. So eat as much as possible, see shrines, learn a little bit of Japanese.
Okay.
Make some friends.
Very nice. What's the best thing that you've both done so far?
Oh, we went to a Shiba cafe, and it was probably one of the top 10 moments of my life. So.
Did you know about Shiba dogs before you came to Japan?
Yeah, so I love dogs, and like in New York, I never see Shiba Inus. So here, I was like, he found this really great Shiba cafe. So we went, and it was just like massive Shibas, small Shibas, and then like there was a Shiba dressed up with like little glasses, and it was so cute. And they just like sit on your lap.
Wow. Because like I didn't know what Shibas were before I came to Japan. So when I came here, I was like, what's that weird like fox thing? Cool. So what's like the coolest or weirdest thing that you've seen so far, or some of them?
Maid cafe for sure.
Did you go?
We did go in.
Okay.
It was very bizarre. I was in Akihabara with a few friends, and yeah, there was more maid cafes than dog and cat cafes. So was surprised.
Yeah. I feel like this cafe culture is very Japanese. Like, do you see it from where you're from?
Definitely not. I don't think we have, like in New York, any sort of like themed cafes, unless I'm mistaken. But I think it's really interesting how they have so many niches for cafes in which they cater to different interests. Like I was joking with the maid cafes, you can really see a lot of supply and demand dynamics there. But yeah.
Do you have like these kind of
Nothing comparable in New York.
I've been to Seoul a few times, and there's a lot of themed cafes there. These seem a little more wild.
Yeah.
And a little more out there.
Okay, lovely. Do you have any other points, like about the people, the culture, anything you've seen or anything that's surprised you, or you were like, oh, that's different to my country?
Everyone's really polite so far. Yeah, significantly more polite than I've seen in other countries, so that's nice.
Yeah.
The people are just incredibly friendly. Like even the grocery store people are just, they'll go out of their way to help you with things, and it's really nice compared to like New York, where everyone's just like, you know, keeps themselves.
In New York or Texas, is there much like Japanese culture, like, I don't know, food or like little Japanese stores or anything like that?
I think it's in New York there's definitely like a lot of ramen shops and like sushi places, but I would say it's definitely not, it's kind of like put into an enclave where there's like one street where there's like perhaps like a lot of different like East Asian restaurants. But yeah, there's like a decent amount of like Japanese culture represented in New York.
Yeah, I would say, at least from what I've seen in the US, the food is quite limited. So like there's an Ichiran in New York near where I live, so obviously I've like had lots of ramen and sushi, but outside of ramen and sushi, there's not, like it's hard to find other Japanese dishes, and so I'm also very excited to try the 80-90% of Japanese food that we don't really have in the US.
What kind of stuff have you tried so far here?
All the different katsus, the savory pancakes.
Savory pancakes.
What's it called?
We went to this really nice like place, and then they made like okonomiyaki in front of us.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, those were good. The amaru rice.
Yeah, but it was like, we had the one with noodle inside, so I'm still trying to get the one with rice somewhere.
That's still on your like.
Yeah. I just want to see them cut it open.
Good matcha.
Yeah, nice. Are you mochi fans?
Yeah, matcha and coffee.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Good luck with your trip.
Thank you, and have a great trip.
Thanks. You too.
Yeah, thank you.